Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to sign up for a Google Authentication account and how to authenticate Google Authentication so that you can use it in a Jupyter environment. If you go to the course website and scroll down to GeoPython, find number 17, GMap. So this is what we're going to talk about in the upcoming lectures. So in order to use Google Authentication and also GMap, we need to create an account. And you can take a look at the prerequisite here. So I'm going to show you step by step how to do that. Especially for the beginner, this might be a challenging process because it deals with account initialization, account authentication, and also Google Cloud project. So I'm going to try to make it easy for you. So if you follow step by step, you should be fine. So the first step that you need to do is to go to the Authentication website. So at the beginning here, Google Authentication, you can right click, open a new tab. It should take you to this website, authentication.google.com. And if you don't have a Google account, then you need to sign up. So I'm going to start from here, upper right corner, click get started. And you need to log into your Google account. So I already logged in, otherwise it should ask you to log into a Google account. And then from here, just click the register for a non-commercial or commercial cloud project. So click this button. And even students, even in academia or non-profit, we're going to choose this unpaid usage. And I recommend that, by the way, so make sure that you log into your personal Google account. Don't use your university or your government account because you may not be able to create a cloud project. So I highly recommend it, just use a personal. You have full control. Otherwise, you may not work for you. So log out your account and then log in your personal. Then register, click this unpaid usage. And from here, click the drop down. So for example, for me, I'm going to use this academia and research. Most students probably select this one. Then you should be good to go. Click the next step. And so from here, if you're new account, you have never used Google Authentication or you have never used Python, you will need to create a new cloud project. So click this button, create a new cloud project. And from here, the organization, usually there's no organization for a personal account. And after that, you should automatically create this kind of default project ID. If you click the continuous, you can try to click the continuous registration. It may or may not work. If it says, okay, a project with the same ID already exists, then you can choose a different name. Because I already have this one in the past, I can choose this maybe GS Pro or something. Choose a name that doesn't exist. So this is basically the unique project ID. So it cannot, it's the unique ID for the entire Google Cloud. So it needs to be unique so that other people don't have the same cloud project ID with you. And once you choose a proper project ID, click continue with registration, and this time it should be fine. So wait for a couple seconds, it will create a cloud project. So the reason why we need to create a cloud project, because Google Authentication is now require a cloud project to use it, but creating a cloud project itself is free, so you don't need to pay anything. So after here, you should confirm your cloud project information. So for the academic and research, and the ID is EE GS Pro. Then just click confirm and wait for a couple more seconds, then we should be ready. Okay, so now the project EEGS Pro is registered. Click this button, open in the collab. Okay, so now it should automatically redirect you to here. That means now your project is ready to go. So if you click upper right corner, you should be able to see this one, EEGS Pro, and then project info, something like here. And what you need to do is to make sure that the cloud project is the Authentication API has been enabled. Sometimes it may not. So if it doesn't, you can go to the Authentication website. I'm going to show you how to double check that. So make sure that the API is enabled, and go to the platform, documentation, and get started. Okay. After that, on the left side, click the Authentication access after get started. And scroll down, you should be able to find here a new role in a cloud project. And so has the Authentication API enabled. You can click this link and it will take you to another page. I'm sorry about that. That's what the Google Authentication provide. And then from here, click this one, enable the Authentication API. I'm going to click this one. It will take you to the Google Cloud project page. So as you can see, API enable. So if you see this one is not here, it says enable. If the button says enable, then you need to enable it. Otherwise, you won't be able to use the Google Sensing API. Okay. So this is how it's actually pretty simple. Create a cloud project, and then it will redirect you to the Earth Engine editor. Now I have this cloud project. So next, what you need to do is to use Python, because we're not going to use JavaScript for our project. We're going to use Python. So the first one I'm going to show you is to use Google Colab. So you can open any empty Google Colab, and so GMap. So we're going to use GMap for this class. GMap has already been pre-installed, so you can just type pip list. You can check the GMap version. So this is going to show you all the packages that have been pre-installed within Google Colab. So if you scroll all the way up, you should be able to find GMap. So in the future, if you need to use it, you don't need to do anything. Just import GMap, it should be good to go. So right now, this is 0.35.0, and the latest version is 0.35.1. So we can actually update it. So what you want to do is pip install -u and then GMap. Okay. So I'm going to update to the latest version so that I can show you how to authenticate Google Sensing without having to click so many buttons. So just trust me, update the package. Then from here, to be safe, you can runtime restart section. So make sure that GMap is activated. So once you have this one, now we can just type import EE, okay, and then Alt Enter. After that, you can just type ee.authenticate, okay, and then parentheses. So we're going to authenticate Google Sensing. Authenticate basically is login to your account in Google Colab. So just click this one. Then it's going to ask you, okay, allow the notebook to access your Google credentials. Click allow, and then select your email account. Click continue, and then also continue. Then you should be good to go. So this is basically connecting your account. After that, you can create another one, new code block called e.initialize and parentheses. So for this one, as you can see here, the show up is going to ask you, you need to provide the project. So this is the project we're going to utilize, the one that we created. If you just run this one, it doesn't work. It's going to show an error saying initialize no project file, because it doesn't know what project you are going to use. So what you need to do here is go to project equal to double quotes, and then go to your Earth Engine account. So right now my account is EEGS Pro. If it is something difficult or it's a long number, you can click upper right and then project info. And from here, you can just select this, Control C, okay. Come back to Colab and then paste this one, and then just click OK. Take a look. So now it has been authenticated and initialized. Initialize, basically we are connecting to the Earth Engine server, because it's free and for everyone. So they don't want you to abuse their resources. So you can only have a maximum of 5 concurrent connections to the Earth Engine server. So when you initialize a section, basically you're utilizing this one. And so now we has successfully connected to the Google Sensing server. The next one you can check is to check GMap. So I'm going to import GMap, okay, and then run it. After that, you can just create a map. So gmap.map and then map. Run this one. You should be able to see the map. You see? So if you can see the map, that means now you are ready to go. You can utilize GMap and Google Sensing within Google Colab. So what I want you to show you is another settings that will make it easier for you to use Google Sensing, because every time if you open a new Google Colab, you will have to authenticate every time. So it's not very convenient. For example, I can create click runtime and then delete, disconnect and delete runtime again. So I can install this package again. I want to show you, because if you're trying to authenticate, you need to click those buttons again. So, and I'm going to show you how to set it up on your local computer. After that, if you go back to Google Colab, you can set up the secrets. So for now, let me show you what it looks like. It's going to be the same process. So if you try to just use EE and E authenticate, it's going to ask you to authenticate every time. So okay, done. And then E import E to authenticate. It will pop up, ask you again. So this is something that's annoying if you need to do it every time. So I'm going to show you how to do it locally. Then we set it up on about. So forget about this one right now. So I'm going to go back to my local computer here, and I'm going to show you how to create a new environment. So in the previous lecture, I've shown how to, for example, if you go to the maybe software, I think it's Miniconda. No, this one, maybe Jupyter Lab or software. Maybe the Miniconda, I believe. Yeah, here shows you how to install the packages using Conda. You can also use UV. So I'm gonna show you. I think there's a video here. If you go back to watch this video, how to install UV. I think it's lecture number 6. Yeah, week 6, installing Geospatial using UV. So what I'm gonna show you here is I can open my terminal, or you can open your whatever your terminal on your computer. So I'm using Linux. So I already have UV. So if I type UV, you should see I have UV installed. You can follow the video how to install UV. And after that, we can just type UV VENV. Okay. So we're going to create a new virtual environment here on my computer. So once it's done, then we can start installing packages. You can just type UV pip install GMap and then Jupyter Lab IPyKernel. Okay, you want to install these 3 packages that we need, and then just hit enter. You see, within just 2 seconds, now we have this environment set up, and then we are ready to go. So after that, you can open Jupyter Lab VS Code on your computer. So I'm gonna open VS Code, and let me close this one. So after that, create a new notebooks. Here I can just type text.ipynb. Okay, upper right corner, click the select kernel, and select another kernel, Python environment. You should be able to find this one, okay, under .venv bin Python. So this will be the environment here, the virtual environment they just created, okay. And then Control S, next, create a new code block. Then you can just type import EE, run this one, and then EE, just like what we did earlier on Google Collect, EE Authenticate. So it depends on, because I have used Google Sensing on my local computer before, so when I try to use Authenticate, it says true, but for you, it might pop up a window or something. So in order to like show you the exact same thing, I'm gonna just put false equal to true. So in this way, it will force you to re-authenticate, okay? So then I'm going to click run, and it's going to pop up and then open a new tab on your browser. And this is where you see here the cloud project. So by default, it's going to select the new cloud project that we created earlier. So what you need to do is to click this button, generate token, okay? And after that, it should ask you to log into account. So select your user account and then continue. From here, you may or may not see this one. If you see this one, just click, select all of them, select all, and then continue. After that, this will be the tokens. It's so-called the authorization token. So this is a one-time only. It's kind of like just one-time only for your password. So after that, it will be expired. So click this button, and then now go back to your local computer on Jupyter notebook within the VS Code. So you can see at the top here, there's a pop-up. So just Control V of your token that you created from the browser, and then press enter. All right. So now it says successfully save authorization token. And so from there, you can just initialize, and then the same thing, project equal to EE, okay, GS Pro, whatever cloud project that the name that you use, and run this one. Then you see here it's successful. And similarly, we can just import GMap, and then m equal to gmap.map, oops, and then just display the map. You should be able to see the map, okay? So if you can see this, that means right now you are good to go. So, and right now, if I clear all the outputs, I can just right now select this one and then run this. You see, I don't need to authenticate again. So the nice thing about using it locally is that you don't have to re-authenticate. So run this one, you see, you better create the map. So you don't need to run EE.authenticate or EE.initialize again for your project. You can just import EE and then gmap.map. So this one will authenticate your computer if needed. If you want to authenticate explicitly, you can also run gmap.ee underscore initialize, and then this one. So in this way, you don't need to provide the project, because if you're developing notebook, you don't want to write this name because the project is going to be different for everyone. So in this way, I don't have to provide. And so the reason that we use the authenticate is going to generate a file on a local computer. I'm on Linux, but it's very much similar on Windows or Mac computer. So there's a file being created. So let me show you here. Let me see, okay, create, and it's under the your home directory, and the directory might be hidden. So it's under your user directory, home.config, and inside, if you go scroll down, Earth Engine, you will see this one. So this is actually the credentials being created after you run e.authenticate, this one. So the file contains all the passwords, basically the token to your Google Authentication account. And so what you need to do is to double click to open the file. I'm not going to show you in here because that's private. I'm not going to expose that one to you, but I did take a screenshot here. So when you double click, it should open something like this. So what you need to do is to select the entire content. So it's a Control A, Control C, basically the entire content. And then after that, you go back to your Google Colab. So I'm going to show you in here. On the left side, click this one and add a new secret. Okay. So the name need to be Earth Engine uppercase, all uppercase, underscore token. Then paste the entire content that you get from this file. Okay. Double click, open it, select all the content, copy, and then come here, paste it. So I'm going to basically find the one that I have on my local computer. All right, and then I'm going to simply just come here, paste it. So you won't be able to see all the content right now is being hidden, so you don't see it. So after that, you can enable this one. So in this way, you allow the notebook to access the content, access this token. So GMap will be able to figure out and then authenticate for you. So let's see what happens this time. I'm going to runtime, and I want to delete, restart the kernel and delete runtime. So I want to start from scratch. But for this time, I don't need the import E anymore. I don't need the E authenticate or the project. It'll be just like this. So let me show you what happened. First, you need to update the GMap package. So because this functionality is only available for 0.35.1. So Google Colab will update this one maybe in the next couple weeks. But for now, make sure they update to the latest version. Then it should work. Okay. So wait for the installation to finish. Then I will show you, we can import GMap and then just create a map. You don't have to click the button to authenticate anymore. All right, it's finished. Then we import GMap. And once the import is done, then we can just run this one. Hopefully it will work because we already have this one enabled. So just run this one. Take a look. So you don't need to click the buttons anymore. It has been authenticated automatically. So now you have this map enabled, and then you can copy any Google Engine code. So I can try it out here. For example, I'm going to go to the Earth Engine documentation, and then you can find any example you like. Go to the user guides, get started. My internet is a little bit slow. Okay, and then on the left side, image visualization, for example, and then go to collect. So this is actually using GMap for all the examples. So what you can do is just upper right here, copy the code example, and then come to here, just paste. And you don't need to delete this one. M.blah blah or M.18, okay, whatever. So you can basically Control V, just create the new one, and then just run it. Or E, then you do need to import E. Because we're using Google Engine, import E, and then run this one. You see, so now we have this GMap works perfectly. So this is how you can sign up for an account and then authenticate locally and also on Google Colab. And if you're using Google Colab frequently, I would highly recommend that you set the Earth Engine token. Again, it's Earth Engine, no space or anything, Earth Engine underscore token. And then paste the entire content that you copy from these credentials under your user directory. If they're on Windows, this might be a hidden directory, so we need to show that. And then under Earth Engine, there should be a credential open it, Control C, Control V, and then you're ready to go. So for now, you need to update the package, but in the future, you can just import EE, import GMap, and then you'll be good to go. So hopefully this solves your problems. And for beginners, sometimes it can be very frustrating to set up the account, but I hope this video is clear. And once you set the account, then we can start really dive into the GMap. So we have a lot of things to cover in the upcoming lectures. Okay, that's all for this video. I will see you in the next one.